Hello there, it's welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, and today I want to talk a little bit about sort of Convallaria and why so many people and content creators are actually stopping to play the game, cover the game, and moving into the next thing. Now, I want to talk about this from the perspective of someone who covered this game and someone who has been playing gacha games for a lot of years. Before we start, of course, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and let's just jump directly into this. Now, there is a lot of reasons as to why people are leaving the game. I want to talk about the ones I'm seeing in my community, that I'm seeing on the official Discord, and just the other websites that I'm in contact with that have the same issues right now, where the initial traffic is also dying because people are losing interest, meaning these websites are also losing almost most of the traffic, right? Around 50 to 60% already the traffic is gone. So let's talk about this, and let's start with probably the most important part, and a lot of people don't want to acknowledge this, don't want to talk about this. This is a gacha game. You can like the strategy part as much as you like, but the main way they have of making money is by selling characters. This is a gacha. This is not a strategy game, it's a gacha game that has gameplay similar to Final Fantasy Tactics, Ogre Tactics, whatever you want to put as a reference, right? So if we talk about the gacha part, that is the first and the biggest problem people are having. Compared to the Taiwanese version, we are getting accelerated banners, really accelerated. Cocoa is the next character, while that took literal months on the normal version to actually appear. As you can see, the first Cocoa banner was here. This was literally like 4-5 months after the game was released, even more. This was like 6-7 months after the game was released, and we're getting this a month after the game is out. Meaning we're skipping all of these banners, but we are not getting more resources than the Chinese brothers. We are getting the same resources, which is nothing. This game is too stingy, and we'll talk about it in a second. So we're getting accelerated banners, meaning most people cannot be pulling for the characters they like. Now, some people, the excuse they will use is that, okay, Sefhi, there is plenty of reruns later, so it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, because the reruns are done in this double banner. They are not done on a single one, right? Simona will not come back until we get the double banner with her and someone else, meaning you now have not only to win your 75-25, you also have to win another 50-50 on the character you're looking for or the other one. Some people might be looking for both characters, of course, and in their case, they're pretty lucky. For the people who already have a character and are looking for a new one, these banners are awful. I do not recommend pulling on dual banners to absolutely nobody. So that is the first biggest problem with the game, the actual gacha system itself and how stingy the game is. Some people will defend, once again, not only this with the reruns, but also saying you can farm dupes, and with that I agree. The ability to farm dupes is something that a lot of gachas do, while actually giving a lot more resources than this game does. For example, Neural Cloud. For example, the ones I'm playing right now, most of the Korean games that I'm playing right now allow me to farm dupes, be it Trical Revive, be it Hoyeon, etc. And they have higher rates than this game, and they provide more rewards than this game. So it's not about, oh, they cannot do it because they will lose money. No, they can be making money. In fact, they are making really good money on the first month, because the first month we started with, what was it, like almost $8 million? Sort of, $8 million, because the Chinese version, of course, has been out for a while. So JP and Global, as you can see, both new, made 4 million each, which is really, really, really good. If we go into the Chinese version, there is no history of the previous month, sadly, so we cannot compare, but it's a really good start. Now, the start of the game, of course, the first 2 months will be really strong, and then the game will decrease in revenue, just like every gacha out there, right? The first month is always the best one, unless anniversaries or a special banner. So that is the first really big problem that the game has, which is the banner itself. The gacha system is not good, in contrast to how many resources we're getting, how many pulls we're getting. Even the current events. The current events give you 3 singles. You get some extra gems as well for clearing these stages. I don't want to downplay that, but the reality is that it's nowhere near enough compared to almost any other gacha, right? So after that first really big problem, which people are disliking, and of course they are losing their pulls and are leaving the game because there is no way they can get more pulls for the next banner, so why would they play? Let's move into the next couple of things that I want to talk about, and these ones might be a little bit more subjective in terms of, you know, what I believe it's the reality and what's going on, but there is 2 things that are also kind of a pain in the ass. The first one, of course, is PvP. Now, people will tell you that PvP is balanced. People will tell you that it's not really an issue, but that's because people have not played the Chinese version and have not seen that, well, the reality is that a world with 5 stars and exclusive weapons for characters versus you, the average player, will destroy you in PvP, no matter how good you are. And if someone is telling you otherwise, they are tripping, they are lying to you, okay? This is the reality. Is there 1 or 2 exceptions, 1 or 2 guys that are so good that they can win against a really big well? Maybe. And that maybe it's already a stretch, kind of a stretch. So when it comes to the PvP of the game, it takes too long. It's 5 matches per day, which you can auto, but you cannot skip. And the auto in this game, we all know, is kind of bad. The rewards are pretty good for PvP, even for a casual, so I don't have any complaints in that regard. There is almost no rewards when it comes to gems, but you're getting a lot of accessories, which is important, right? You're getting your trinkets from here, which is always welcome. So over time, people will start seeing that the game is pay to win, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. Because again, we're gonna be getting exclusive weapons. The wells will start having a lot more dupes than you have, even if you can farm. Remember that just because you can farm dupes doesn't mean you'll be at the level of a well in 6 months. It will take you years before you have a team or two fully leveled up, fully 5 stars, with weapons with 5 stars, compared to wells that already have them, right? That's the reality. Now, exclusive weapons, you'll be able to obtain a couple of them here on the tower shop when we get the new tower, the Tower of Adversity, not this one right here. We have Tower of Conquest and Tower of Adversity. The Adversity one will allow you to get 1 in 3 chances, I believe it is, of getting a random exclusive weapon, but that's like once a month. So once again, really hard to farm, but over time you'll be able to obtain them. Once again, I want to be fair when it comes to putting the good and the bad, right? Now, after talking about PvP and the gacha system itself, let's move into the last part, because this was one of the biggest things people were interested before the game came out, and that's going to be the Spiral of Destinies. A Spiral of Destinies is a game mode that a lot of people were excited about. A lot of people really were like, oh, this is gonna be really good normal single player campaign. Now, it's good for the first couple of days. After the first couple of days, you've seen everything. Some people will complete the whole map, right? And then they will stop playing, and then they will not come back until there is an update for the Spiral of Destinies. The Spiral of Destinies is a boring game mode. If we compare this to any single player SRPG, this is lacking on every single aspect. It's not a bad game mode, it's nice to have it as an extra, but if you're seeing someone use this game mode as an excuse as to why this game is great, they are tripping. Alright, this is nothing but a glorified campaign with multiple endings, and it's a basic campaign at that when it comes to the options you have. It is great, but people before release were saying this already. The first couple of weeks, people are gonna be excited because of this, and after that, you're not touching it anymore. I personally haven't even finished the Dawn event because I'm lazy. I don't like that game mode. What I enjoy personally is account progression and building my characters. But if you're already having troubles getting characters, you cannot even build them since you don't have currency to be pulling for those. Now, I know this video will be a 50-50 for the community because a lot of people are overpraising Sword of Convallaria. Some people don't want to look at this objectively as a gacha. They want to just see it as an SRPG that you can use low rarity characters to clear everything. And if that's what you want to do, feel free to play the game because it's great for that. It's a good challenge if you want to go. Don't pull and only play with low rarity characters. But the reality is that if I want to do that, I'm not playing a gacha game. I'll go back to Unicorn Overlord or any other game out there. Now, all that said, that's what I've been seeing as the most common complaints on the game and why people are leaving. So many people are leaving already. Like if I go to my friends, I'm pretty sure I have my friend list full. People are level 50s, 40s, etc. But if I keep going down, and you'll see that after these people that have been playing, I will come here and people have stopped playing here, right? 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 8 days, 12 days. And again, I'm not gonna be going down and delete because I'm too lazy, but so many people that have stopped playing, even though they were big wells. For example, Swordman was a big well. When the first week arrived, he left the game. A lot of Stella, a friend that's already also a well, that he was spending a lot of money, left the game because it became boring after the initial couple of weeks. The game, as a single player, would be amazing, but they decided to go as a gacha that doesn't really reward its players for playing the game itself. So that said, do let me know what you guys think about the game. Do let me know how you feel right now about Sword of Convallaria. I am not leaving the game for now. I'm really enjoying my daily grind as it is. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. Love you all, bossos. Have a great day. Good luck with your pool dinner dates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。